Hey everybody, it's your girl Sherry, and welcome back to another episode of Alleged Actually Podcast. I am back with my Bravo bestie, Joey. What's up, Joey?
What's up?
Oh gosh, a whole lot. Let me go ahead and get these admin notes out of the way because me and Joey have some things to talk about. So if you are new, welcome over here. We do reality TV recaps, and occasionally we get into some pop culture segments. So if that is your thing, welcome. I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell. So whenever we drop this good content, you will be the first to know. As always, please like this live. If you're watching on the replay, gang, hey girls, hey guys, hey. Still like the video. We need these likes. And as always, please slide in the comments. We love to hear from you and we talk back. So chat with us. And you guys, tonight, as y'all come in, don't be shy. Let's talk about it. So, Joey, I am happy to be back on some North Carolina soil. BravoCon.
God bless.
Yeah,
Vegas is just not for me.
You know what? I loved Vegas. Like, if before this past weekend you had asked, I would have said that's like on my top 5. I love Vegas, but y'all, let's just say it wasn't very kind to me last weekend, or maybe I wasn't kind to myself. I was under the weather, was recovering from a little stomach thing, and so yeah, my energy was down. I wasn't feeling well. Wasn't able to eat. Wasn't able to really drink. And so even still, y'all, I still was in those Bravo streets, honey. I found the energy from somewhere. And my husband was like, because, okay, for y'all, I had 3-day passes, general admission. And for those that went, y'all, it was dumb expensive. God bless you, VIPers. I could not do it. And what I did, I'm kind of looking back thinking, not next year or in 2027. If I go back, and that's an if. I will not do 3 days. I'll do a day pass and then some of the Watch What Happened Live panels or night shows, but neither here nor there. A lot of fun. We got there Friday late, so I didn't get any Friday panels, but I did get there in time to rest up a little and go to the Bravos. So yeah, I was there for that. And that was a really cool experience. For me, and I know if you guys have already checked out my live that I did while I was there in Vegas, my biggest thing was when Karen Huger came out. She was the first one to walk out. And by now everybody's seen everything, so this is not news. It's just, it was so cool being there. Seeing her come out and getting a standing ovation. Johnny, what do you think? Because I mean, she looked good.
She looked so good. I thought that the way the crowd reacted was so sweet. I mean, obviously, this is for the fans. So
right.
Everything that I'm watching at home when I'm watching the panels or even the Watch What Happenings live stuff now, I'm paying more attention to the audience reaction, I feel than anything else. Karen Huger, great ovation. Mary Cosby, great ovation. I mean, the audience really has been the main character,
Oh, God,
but I'm curious, out of your whole weekend, what is your rose and what is your thorn?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get the thorn out of the way. The thorn was I was sick as a dog. No, and honestly, let me go ahead and expound on that. 2023, when I was there, was a totally different vibe. You probably have heard other people say you got to see a whole lot more of the Bravo Lebs out in the wild, if you will, kind of mingling with the fans. And you could catch them. I saw Lisa Barlow in 2023 just walking in the hallway, going out the side door. I mean, there was not a lot of that this time. They were pretty much handled, whisked away. They were doing a lot of press and things. And so that kind of sucked. And if you didn't get a photo op, which I was supposed to, but I never got to sign up for one, it just, I was not happy with the fact that I didn't get to mingle with as many Bravo Lebs as I would have liked.
Fair. That's the reason why you're there.
Absolutely. Oh gosh, my rose was there was many, but I was so stoked to be in the Salt Lake City panel and to see all the girls and to see them. I mean, it was just that panel, y'all, was packed. I mean, the gold room that you guys saw, I mean, it was huge. And for all the panels, there were tons of empty seats, tons. Salt Lake City, there were people sitting on the floor by the wall. Every seat was full. It was a vibe. Oh, I got one more, Rose, y'all.
Bring it on.
All right, here you go. So, you guys know that my Bravo bestie loves some Teresa Giudice, right?
Oh man, I'm so happy to hear this. I was going to bring it up if you didn't.
So, it was my mission. I promised him that I was going to find her. I wanted to get a picture with her. Didn't exactly do that. I mean, I had this little crazy selfie of me with her near the stage. However, let me show you what I did get. Please excuse my husband. He did this big solid for Joey. But y'all, the gag is he didn't know who was who. So you'll see the camera on Kim Zolciak a little more than it should be because I'm thinking, dude. And then when he realizes, when he's like, Teresa. Anyway, y'all will see and we'll come back. Check this out, y'all. Check it out. Listen now. Listen good.
You, Joey. Teresa.
Kim, you look so good.
I love you, Joey. Thank you. I got
Yes, y'all. So if you couldn't make it out, she said, "I love you, Joey," and
and blew me a kiss.
Right.
And if you know how many times I watched that video already,
I was stoked, and I felt like, you know what, babe, we did the thing. Now I can go back to the hotel and pass out. So yes, and y'all, by the way, let me just say this: Teresa is. I don't care how you feel about her, but and I don't, you know, even me with some of the other housewives, the kindness that they showed their fans, all of us, the time that they took, they were trying to be whisked away. Teresa was avid, you know, she tried to do every photo. You see that when my husband called out, "Hey, can you say I love you?" And she did it with such graciousness and blew a kiss. I mean, she was so nice. And her daughter, Gia is a professional. Honey, she stood in her booth. That baby was so tired. Her boyfriend was like, "What do you need? What do you got?" And she was like, "It's okay. Just get me some water." And I was like, I felt so bad, but y'all, I had to get that picture. And I had to tell her how great she was doing on Special Forces. And she told me, thank you. She was so sweet. Listen, they got new fans in me. Yeah, I was always a fan, but yeah.
Her on Special Forces, though, is something else.
Joey, and what's so crazy is she's a little girl. And I'm thinking, girl, where do you pull all that from? She's a little girl. I'm like, woo. She's a powerhouse, though. She is a force to be reckoned with.
I mean, she's made it to the final episode. Tonight is the finale, right? I mean,
and my husband, yes, my husband is ready for his sure. We're gonna watch. I'm like, you're invested now. He's like, yeah. I'm like, But yeah, those were my main things. It was fun. It's always a good time. I always try to do Ask Annie panel. I didn't do the one with Jeff Lewis because I was still in flight. My flight got delayed, so I didn't get into Vegas. That was gross, though. Jeff Lewis is gross.
He is, and I hear that there's like a little bit of beef between him and Andy after like the weekend. I just like I've never been a fan of him. I think he's way too opinionated. I think that he's just like, ugh.
Gross. I mean, gross. They say he was nice, though. They said he was really nice. I don't know, y'all. But anywho, overall, I mean, all in all, it was a good experience. And I was happy that I got a chance to do it. I just wished, you know, things had been a little better, but we can't have it all, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yes. But what's so funny is, guys, no longer than I think I was on one of my connecting flights and I'm looking on my phone and I happen to see Portia supposedly is being investigated by the FBI for an incident on her Delta flight. And I'm like, wait a minute now, I just left Portia. Portia was looking good. And I mean, what has gone wrong?
But you know what? I'm so happy that it came out, I think yesterday or today, like what's that called? Like the cop video, whatever.
Body cam footage?
Yes, body cam footage. And what I loved was when they're interviewing Portia, and mind you, she is like calm and cool as can be, and she's like giving her side of the story, whatever. not one, but two people walk up out of the blue. One was like a middle-aged guy. I'm sure he's not a Bravo fan. And he was like, I'm right now, I was 2 rows behind her. This woman did nothing. And both corroborated her story. Then you cut to the cop going over and talking to the, we'll just call her Karen.
Big time.
To the Karen. And right away, her attitude, you knew right away, this woman is lying. Portia did nothing.
Yeah. I mean, making allegations that I'm afraid this one wants to kill me. I'm like, girl. And even what she said made no sense at all. I'm thinking poor Portia was accosted by a total Karen, y'all. I'm sorry. That was like, and it's a shame that had to be her headline after such a great weekend. But girl, And
don't worry though, she wasn't the only one in the headlines, because we got our girl Mia Thornton arrested again in Atlanta.
And you know what?
Stealing furniture.
Joey, like, what are we doing here?
You thought you were going to move into a furnished apartment and leave and take the furniture, and nobody was in the question where the furniture went?
Girl.
$11,000 in furniture? Mia. And
you had the nerve to get online and try to come for Dr. Wendy. See, that's why sometimes you have to be quiet, you know?
But speaking of Dr. Wendy,
and there's another. So
40
they are
credit cards under aliases. Are they insane?
They are insane. You know, their attorney put out a statement saying that, you know, that was actually them. What was the statement?
Something useless, I'm sure.
Yeah, the defense attorney says that the Carroll County prosecutors were on a fishing expedition and seeking new banking records for the couple. They're hoping that the subpoenas will be squashed. They're saying that the Osefos say the aliases were only for packages, not for credit cards and stuff. But I mean, it's just, y'all, this is like growing legs and arms. And I'm just like, guys. And I mean, the fact that the Osefos were at BravoCon, and I mean, I guess now looking back, I'm thinking if they didn't come, maybe that would make them look guilty, but it sure couldn't have been me. No, she was up there, and I mean, technically that's her doing her job, but yeah, I will say this again, I will be surprised if they are not advised to take a plea. They really, because this is just the start. So the more things that come out, the more things that they're subpoenaed for. I mean, they already have a case, but they just want that to further prove the fact that they were in financial like debt, hardcore debt, to corroborate why they would go to these links to get this money. So
I mean, honestly, it's so bizarre to me. And like watching like the show back now, because in other news, I have caught up on Potomac, which is honestly like way better than I gave it credit for the first few episodes. It's really, really growing on me.
It is.
I think that Tia is what an addition. I love the accent. I love the clothes. I love the vibe. I'm just here for it all.
Her family, I know.
Yeah, I'm like totally here for it all. Ironically, Stacy is also kind of growing on me. I find her like super funny. I kind of find her in like the Brittany Bateman like realm, because I just can respect the fact that like these women just stay like ranking on her. And you know what? She rolls with the punches. She's laughing at it. She's having a good time. I like really enjoy her.
I do too now. I mean, she honestly has flipped that narrative. She lets them do. She seems unbothered. She is like, girls, you tried it. It rolls right off her. Yeah. And I think that, you know, that kind of their hazing attempts, it's just not working.
No, it's not. And I kind of like am like loving her for it. But of course, as I'm sure everybody else is, like fine tooth, like watching every move that Wendy makes. And it's so cringe. It's so cringe.
The whole house remodeling thing.
The whole house remodeling thing. And I'm like, oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Me too. As they were adding it up, I thought, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those kitchen and bathrooms.
This is a great look.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's funny because every time they're on, I'm just like this.
And it makes you wonder, right? Like, is Bravo like going back and like re-editing these unaired episodes and being like, oh, let's like put this in now while like the topic's hot? You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Maybe
know. Like,
so. I don't know, but you do know that they added in, which we'll see, I guess, whenever it comes across. They added in scenes where they went and talked to Eddie and Wendy, or the cameras are rolling about them after their arrest. In the same way as which Andy goes and speaks to Karen when she gets out of jail. So that'll be in the season 2. So, I mean, Potomac is coming together nicely. I agree, Joey. I love Tia. Angel, not so much. She's better get it together or she's going bye-bye. She probably should have been on like WAGs or Basketball Wives or something. She's just not.
She's not with this group. She takes things like way too personally. She has like, not that a lot of them have emotional regulatory competence, but I mean hers is like really out of control. And the same thing I feel like with like Jazzy. I've never really cared for her, but
you mean Kiarna, Jazzy, because Jazzy holds her own.
But I feel like she like is trying too hard. Like when she was like screaming at like that dinner table while they were on vacation, I was like, girl. And then I loved Kay like initially this season she's giving like nothing. She's acting like a big spoiled brat. She's like a background character. I don't even like. I'm like, what is she even like doing here? I know. And you know what? Even the word was at BravoCon, she says she doesn't have the most nicest attitude. Attitude sucks. And I don't know, maybe season 2, sophomore year, just wasn't her year. Maybe it's a relationship. I don't know, but I loved her too. And like, she's just not coming across. No, not at all. No, it's weird. But nonetheless, y'all, I love Tia and I am using all the time now. What are you struggling with? I use it all the time. I was like, yes, ma'am. She got Ashley all the way together. Mm-hmm. And you know what's so funny is as I'm watching and I'm like, oh my God, I really do just have like a soft spot for Ashley. I find her so entertaining, blah, blah. But then I'm like watching her and I'm like, she actually is my normal quintessential housewife that I hate. Because she's not really sharing a lot about her. She's just in a mess about everybody else's stuff going on. But I don't know why. I still find her entertaining. I don't know. I mean, somewhat. It actually gets on my nerves, but I rewatched Love Hotel on the flight, and I thought, okay. I mean, I like Ashley. It's just that she's so messy, and this season particularly, I didn't like. At first, I was like, okay, she had a point with Stacey lying, but now it's like, girl, give it up and stop being messy. And if Stacey went out with Chris Samuels, who cares? They're both single. I mean, the whole thing is just stupid. It just. I agree. Dumb. Last thing, I even hate to report it because Mary has had like I said, such a good weekend over at BravoCon, and but her son is also in the press again. He got arrested actually on November 9th, but he is being held without bail. It's his second arrest since September. And we had talked about when we were talking about him about whatever happened with his wife. So apparently his estranged wife, Alexiana, it was at the home of her parents that he kept trespassing. Apparently they are apart. And the first time in September, he had tried to break in the house through the doggy door. Oh. Yeah. And I know. So they had a pretrial protective order. Back in this just a couple weeks ago in November, he attempted to go over there again. When he was there, her 12-year-old brother heard banging. They saw on cameras him kicking her mother's Mercedes-Benz. They called 911. He fled the cops. Then when the cops tried to restrain him, he bit one of them. And his charges right now are 2 violations of pretrial protective order, criminal mischief with loss of over $5,000, which is the damage to the mom's Mercedes, and assault on a peace officer, and failure to stop at the command of law enforcement. So, yikes. Yeah. But
we're going to get into it because we know that he's still struggling with his sobriety. And I believe that that's all kind of, usually it is all tied together. And so it's sad. That's not a delightful thing to report, but that is in the press as well. So any other Bravo Lebs that we forgot?
I mean, I don't know. Like the highlight for me was seeing all like the love that Mary received. I thought it was amazing. Even especially like her winning like 2 awards, and you could see that she was like uncomfortable about
yes.
it. That was amazing.
It was
I'm not
sweet.
gonna lie though. Dorit lighting up that cigarette on stage, so iconic.
Y'all, listen, when she
iconic.
did that, it was so iconic.
So iconic. And my personal favorite moment, because I have to agree with him, was in the reading room when they asked who was the most overrated Bravo Leb, and Reza, the spotlight was put on Reza, and he said, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, Kyle Richards. And I literally, my boyfriend was like, are you okay? I was like, I was physically applauding from like, my couch because I could not agree more. I don't understand the Kyle fans. I don't understand how big she is and like loved. I think she's atrocious. I think she's a nightmare human. I don't think she serves any purpose on the show. She's like a filler. I don't care if you're an OG. You're not giving anything. If they can get rid of Vicky, they can get rid of you. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. No, yeah. True tea. I mean, true tea. I did go to her and Kathy's segment, but it was so cute because God, it's the closest. I mean, I got to see Kathy Hilton, and then Nikki comes out. But
Kathy Hilton, I would die.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we were right there. But what was so cute is the stories. And I mean, as an older sibling, it was so funny because those were things I would do to my little sister. It was so funny, Joey. She used to make her and Kim like rebuy stuff that was in their mom's house. And it was so funny. Kyle's telling the story and Kathy's just like, sure did. So cute. That was a cute little segment. But at any rate, now I'm still decompressing from all of the Vegasness of it all. But we are tonight going to talk about the episode, I guess a little bit. Let's hit on episode 9 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, leading into Tuesday's night episode 10, The Higher the Hair, The Closer to God. Episode 9, we didn't get to recap it because I was traveling, but mainly was giving, what was your take on who do you believe in the whole Meredith Marks versus Brittany on the plane meltdown?
So I kind of believe everyone. So here's where I'm at with this. I think that everyone's memory is like a little foggy because let's be honest. We know Meredith Marks well enough now to know she was having an unhinged moment. It's what I live for. Maybe not on close quarters. It's like a plane, but I'll take it.
Right.
We know she was talking crap about Brittany. We know she was definitely saying it loud enough so everyone can hear. We know it was not 15 minutes or a half hour. I'm sure she went on for hours and hours and hours as she does. Not for a moment do I believe she pulled Brittany's hair. Not for a moment do I believe that she shook Brittany's seat. Do I think that she maybe grabbed the seat to elevate herself to get to the bathroom? 100%. A normal human, we use our armrest to stand up, or we just stand up. But I'm going to give Meredith Marks the benefit of the doubt. Maybe that happened. Whatever. What I find interesting is all these women that have these, I was there, and have these violent opinions. You all admit that you were sleeping a lot with headphones on, but you have these eyewitness accounts. Like, if this was like a court of law, that would never fly. They'd be like, you can't say you were sleeping for hours with headphones on and then be like, oh, I saw like the whole thing and this is what happened. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Mary's throwing me a little bit because I'm like, Mary's not a liar, really. We don't really see her get into like a lot of mess like that. But I just don't see on a public plane. And again, Meredith's right. Where are the air marshals? Where was this? Where was that? I also don't believe that there's no footage. We have seen cell phone camera footage on planes a million times. In this past episode of Potomac, they're on a golf cart in the middle of like nowhere, and there's someone with a cell phone. It's not hanging off the golf cart because we see the golf cart. There's no cameras on it. They managed to get footage of them on a golf cart. So like, somewhere, and they're saying there was all of us, producers, blah, blah. Well, if producers were there, they definitely pulled out their cell phone.
Absolutely.
And what I'm wondering is, are they going to save it? And at the reunion, we're going to get here's some unseen footage.
You know, that's possible, Joey. Very possible. Very possible.
What are your thoughts?
You know what? I was with you, but Mary's what hung me up, because Mary looked, like you said, we don't know her to embellish or to be messy. I mean, it was sincere, and she looked genuinely concerned about Meredith. So that's where I started thinking, okay, it was obviously a Meredith unhinged moment. I knew that. That was not far-fetched. And of course she was mad. I would be mad. I mean, Brittany kept on and on and on, and she tried to keep her cool when they were on ship, but probably after thinking about it, yeah. And then she wanted the TikTok produced, and apparently they couldn't produce it. And so she was right. I mean, she's Meredith Marks, and she probably was doing her unhinged thing. Do I think it was to the extent that Heather tried to make it out, or Whitney tried to make it out, like, oh, you know, and Heather, when she's trying to rewrite history, no. You know, they're looking for anything they can to do, like I said, get another moment. Yep. And, but do I think that she went at Brittany a little crazy? Yes, I do. I do. I do. But so that was really the main point of episode 9, to be honest. There were several conversations about that same incident, which, okay, ladies, which brings us to episode 10, where everyone feels so bad for Brittany that Whitney decides to throw her a potluck in honor of Brittany. And all the ladies, of course, except for Lisa and Meredith, show up.
Which I honestly really liked. I thought it was super nice of Whitney to do that. And I also thought, though, very interesting that all the women came.
It was.
You know, I mean, even ones that have beef with Brittany or whatever, I mean, they were there to support her, which makes me again be like, ooh, maybe it was worse than giving it credit for, but
I feel like it was something. Yeah.
I mean, I just I'm trying to think. We've never seen Meredith get physical. I don't know.
No, that part I agree. I don't think that she got physical, but I think that she was probably relentless. That it was probably for Brittany, who thought this was fun and games. Maybe it got to the point where Brittany did feel extremely intimidated and, you know, maybe even a little scared. But I mean, they were on a plane. I mean, what was she gonna do to her? But
yeah, I mean, that's also true.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, again, it was enough that it was not normal behavior. I'll put that.
Nothing about Meredith Marks is normal behavior, and that's why I love her.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They all came together. I thought it was really cute how they had this Bronwyn that did the stuffed animal station. I thought that was really cute. Oh, and the fact that Angie did the whole high body cow hair on everybody. Y'all.
Yeah. And the minute Brittany walked in and she was like, wait, is this high body count hair? Right away. I'll be honest. The same thing with maybe a Stacey alignment thing. Brittany is, I hate to say it, might be unpopular. She is growing on me a little bit, only because I do find her fascinating because she's so odd. But again, I like the fact that she is the butt of everyone's jokes, and they just go after her, and she just has been rolling with the punches this whole season.
She can take it. Yeah. And she lets her roll off her back. I appreciate it for her, because, you know, she is so attention seeking that she was so elated that finally there was something that was about her. And I was like, you know, good on you, girl. I mean,
literally, me and my boyfriend were laughing on the couch because all I thought was, you know, hey guys, what about me?
Yes. And finally they did something just for you, Brittany.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when everybody, so the thing with the stuffed animal station, we all know Bronwyn threw her unicorn, her and Meredith threw the unicorn in the water before they left the ship. They got it back, but Bronwyn felt bad. So this stuffed animal station was, each one could pick an animal, have it stuffed, and then put a little message inside the animal. I thought it was cute. Everyone did a message except for Mary.
Let me tell you. this is why Mary Cosby is TV gold. Right? They're all sitting around, everyone's squeezing their teddy bears or whatever and playing the message for Brittany, and everyone's saying such nice things, and then she squeezes Mary's and it's just static. There's not a single word. And it was so funny.
It was. Mary's like, hey, I mean, you listen to it.
I made you a stuffed animal. There it is.
There it is. At least I got one stuff for you. I mean, she was just like, she's like, we're not there yet. But at any rate, after that, the ladies are kind of sitting around. They feel a little bit closer, according to Whitney. Now she feels safe with this group of women. And then I know, Joey, it's like sometimes I'm like, them two cousins be cousining in the most obnoxious way.
Obnoxious.
Very. But she notices that Bronwyn is not wearing her wedding ring. And she asked, Bronwyn if it's okay to talk about it. And she was like, oh, yeah, and she basically tells the ladies that she's not wearing her ring and she's not wearing it on purpose because Heather asked. And she said it was because of some tweets that she saw where Todd was apparently looking at some woman. This was after they had come back from Barbados, looking at some woman that was someone other than her. And I guess people noticed and it started making its rounds on social media. And she was like, when she confronted him, instead of him being like, it's not a big deal. I was an idiot. He got really defensive and she just got really exhausted and basically was like, nope, you got to go. So, but my thing is this, Joey.
Yes.
And we'll get into it when we get to the scene a little bit. Because, we'll be honest, y'all, this scene was more of kind of like a filler. But I mean, there were pieces of it I found to be interesting for conversation. There's just not a ton to talk about here. But I feel like Bronwyn, because this stuff has been going on, I feel like Bronwyn is looking for something to attach to kind of get her an arrangement. I think it's not just Todd. I think that Bronwyn wouldn't mind having something. And I mean, when she talked to Whitney on episode 9, and of course, Whitney and Justin have their situation in their marriage where they're more open. And I guess they have, I'm not saying they have an open marriage, but apparently they have an arrangement where what works for them works for them. That maybe Bronwyn's kind of wanting the same deal. I think, I don't know. What did you think? Because I mean, this is not new with Todd. I feel like.
No, it's not new. And you know what's funny is I really didn't think about that, but that's actually like a really good take. That maybe this is like her looking for like whatever, because I know, I mean, obviously we're like not there yet, but like their conversation, I just feel like it was almost like her, now that you're saying it and thinking about it back, it was almost like her asking like, hey, like how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
Because like my thing is a lot of the times he's like so Eeyore, right? But like a lot of the times, like the things that he's saying are not necessarily wrong. Like I knew right away when she was like, I talked to Whitney about our sex life, and he's like, why would you talk to this group of untrustworthy women about us and our sex? Which I 100% understand.
Same.
The way he says things makes me want to jump through like the TV screen.
I know.
Everything he says is, number one, so robotic. It's so demeaning. I feel like he feels like he's having a conversation with his child, not his partner.
1,000%.
And it's just so like, I love her so much. I feel like they're such opposites. She's so bubbly. He's so miserable. I just like don't understand. I don't understand.
I know. And I mean, you understand the prestige of the fact that, he's a wealthy man and all that. But I mean, personality wise, it sucks. I mean, I don't know what she's getting out of it. I'm sure cameras are not rolling. He's in more of his comfort zone. I'm sure that there's more to this than what we're seeing. But he does just come off, like you said, very Eeyore, very condescending. And she's got so much personality. She's so alive and so vibrant, and he just seems just so like boring. I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So at any point, she kind of lets them know he's gone, and they wanted to know if, is this like, is this it? Are you done? Are you taking a break? And she's just basically like, I'm taking some time, which is what she does. And then, of course, the stupid moment when Brittany's like, Bronwyn, if you decide to get rid of some of your rings, can I have one? It wouldn't be a moment
Again, woman has no
mercy.
social cues. No social cues whatsoever.
She really doesn't. She doesn't. So next scene, we go over to the church. Mary brings Robert Jr. over to see the remodeled church. And main thing I will say about this, she took him to see it. The church has been in her family for 60 years. So longer than Mary's been alive, because Mary's not 60. And of course, Robert Jr. grew up in that church and all the things. And, he's impressed by the renovation. They get a chance to sit in their old seats and talk about the fact that where he is spiritually. He lets his mom know that everybody he's cool with has relapsed. And I don't know, Joey, is it just me? Maybe it's because I'm looking so hard. A lot of the times when I see him in scenes, I'm thinking he's high right now.
No, so I was going to ask that. I was going to ask you, do you think that this is just how he talks? Because I'll tell you, right now, every scene he's in, he opens his mouth, I'm like, yo, this kid is messed up. Like, he's on something. He's like slurring his words. His eyes are like dead.
Yes.
I'm like, does she like not see it, or is she choosing not to see it? And like, it made me sad because here she is with her son, right? And like, when she walked in like that renovated church, like her whole aura like lit up, her whole face like lit up. She's so excited, she's so proud. And then I felt like that. Her sit down and talk with him. The minute he started talking, I was like, oh, the magic is gone. Here's her poor son again, high as a kite. Like, I don't know. For me, it comes off that way. And then I'm like, maybe this is just how he talks, and that's why she's like not noticing. But
I don't know, because I think that for her, maybe it's different degrees of high. But as someone who was very close to someone that had an addiction to opioids and particularly pills, it looks all too familiar to me. I mean, and maybe I'm looking too hard and I don't know what he's like when he's not. But as a mom too, sometimes you'll overlook if it seems manageable. And then I said, maybe she doesn't consider weed, but that wasn't even just weed. That was pills. I mean, in my opinion, and that's from someone, like I said, that was very close to someone that struggled, and actually did not.
That was not weed, or if it was weed, it wasn't only weed.
Absolutely not. I'm sorry, it just wasn't, and I hate that for her because I can see her looking to get some sort of semblance from him that he's okay, or that he's with her. And I mean, he answers the questions, he'll have a few thoughtful moments, but he's still not all in there yet, and he's still struggling. So yeah, that scene was really kind of sad to me. He does kind of let her know that whereas his friends are struggling to identify higher power, that he knows who his is. And she has her spiritual moment with telling him to maybe talk to his friends about prayer, and he doesn't want to shove that down others' throats. And she then kind of flips it around saying, look, I'm going to invite my friend group to church, real excited about the new service. And she was saying that this group of women act like little kids, and she's like, they need God, Jesus, and help, and they need their mind back. So she's like, let's all pray for them. He's like, yes, I'll pray for them. And that's pretty much that scene. We then see John and Lisa meet up for, now listen.
Oh, God.
This was so funny because Ryan was watching with me. Now, keep in mind, we just met John Barlow Saturday. He was wonderful, by the way. He's so nice.
I thought your husband was like having a full conversation with him.
Oh, honey, they love each other. Well, he told me when I took the picture, he said, because my husband took it, he was like, that's your husband? I was like, yeah. He's like, you got a good one. I was like, don't I though? I was like, he's like, so he takes all your pictures for you? I was like, uh-huh. So he was like, man, you know, if I had some on me, I'd give you a bottle of Vita. And Ryan was like, oh, thanks, man. And then he's like, Sherry, what's Vita? And I was like, that's their tequila.
We would have known it existed.
So he's like, well, let me ask him how I can buy it. I was like, you're going to go back over there? And he's like, yeah, I just want to know. I mean, I love a good tequila. So he's like, hey, John, where can I get this Vita? And I was like, oh, yeah, man. So what you're going to do is, where are you at? And I'm sitting there like, besties. And they're both tall. And I was just like, okay, Lisa, I mean, you got a good one here, too. He was so nice.
That's awesome.
It really was. Well, Lisa was over there soaking up all the press about her Frosties with her glasses on. And I was like, go, girl. Hey, not mad at her. But y'all, they are struggling. This scene was hard to watch.
What a tough scene. You took the word. What a tough scene to watch. They're not only are they not on like the same page, I think that they're reading like different books. It's just like really, really bad. And I wish Lisa would take some time for some like reflection, because I feel like John is literally saying like, you don't listen to me when I talk. No wonder why she's not listening to you, because she will not stop trying to talk over you.
I know.
Like, it was just a nonstop of him trying to get his point across and her interrupting and trying to talk over him every single time. And I was like, what is happening?
It was so bad. It was so bad. And my hope for her is that when she watches this back, that she'll get an aha moment, because that's bad. I mean, John was pulling no punches. Like, girl, no. You don't listen. We're not on the same page because I'm not on your page. I was like, ooh. Yeah. She was supposedly annoyed because she felt like John had undermined her with Henry when she was trying to talk to, she said, Henry about how he felt. And he was like, are you trying to talk to him about how he felt, or tell him how he should think, or something like that? And it just went from bad to worse. I mean, he was not going to give her what she was looking for, because he was like, you don't listen. You're wrong too. I mean, he was like, I don't listen sometimes too, but you don't listen. And pretty much they came to a conclusion, or he did, while she struggled, that they just have a huge communication breakdown in their marriage.
Yeah, and then he feels like when they are communicating, it's always like business. Like, it's almost like too much business, not enough them. Yeah. And we've talked about this, right? Like, it's so weird. Like, you live with, you work with, like, everything you do is with like this person. Like, I don't understand that. Like, my sister and my brother-in-law live together, work together, do everything together, and I'm like, aren't y'all sick of each other? Like,
I couldn't do it.
Neither could I.
No.
But I just feel like when your lives are so meshed, and we all know Lisa's very about business.
Yeah.
It doesn't really surprise me that they kind of like lost their way when it came to like them, you know? It's not about them. It's about work all the time. Yeah. Like, who wants to be in a relationship like that? Not me.
No, not me either. No, yeah. I hope for them that they work that out, because I was just like, oof, yeah, no, yeah. Girl, that's not a good look. No. Yeah, y'all need to fix that. But on to the next couple, if you will, if that's what you want to call it, Brittany and Jared. And let me just say this: I was so happy. First of all, Jared got booed when she mentioned him, and he said, "I was glad." I find him to be revolting. I mean, I'm not a big Brittany fan, but this scene.
Let me tell you that, but she should film all of her scenes with him, because he makes her look that much better.
You know what? 1000%.
But let me tell you, that man is thirsty for some camera time.
Big time.
Like, girl, he doesn't like you, I don't think. He is with you for one thing and one thing only: to be on camera.
To be on that camera, honey. Absolutely. And you saw how, so basically, y'all, the scene was they were meeting up to talk. He was supposedly going to support her after her traumatic experience on the plane.
She's like, one of the most traumatic things that ever happened to me in my life. Meredith Marks having a mental breakdown was one of the most traumatic things. Your own daughter hasn't talked to you in like years, but you know what? Takes the cake. Meredith Marks having an unhinged moment.
Right. I was like, yeah, Brittany, you tried it. But at any rate, since it was so traumatic and she thought he was reaching out to show her some comfort, when in fact, you know, he kind of wanted to kind of jab at her. He'd gone to Justin's house again, Whitney's husband, Justin, and heard about all her flirting on the ship or on the yacht. And I would be like, well, she basically said, so why do you care? We want a break. I was like, well, there you go, Brittany.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not supposed to be talking to you now because we're still supposed to be on a 30-day hiatus.
30-day break, right. And y'all, he was just so gross. Like, he just did a lot of gaslighting. Like, she was unstable. And when she tried to point...
Was he going to call her unstable?
More times than I'd be comfortable with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when she point blank said, look, okay, what are we doing? You see how he could not answer her?
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, girl, run. I mean, she did. But I mean, didn't you see how telling it was when he called her back? She turns right around like, what? And sits right there for him to come and...
Even when she like stormed off and she just went like 2 feet in like one direction and then just stopped and stood there and waited. Like, come on, girl.
I know.
Trucking.
Please, that is a no-go. Leave that loser alone, but I doubt she will, y'all. And then we get to the our third couple confrontation of the night is finally Bronwyn and Todd talk. And Joey and I have touched on this pretty much. They really, she brings up with him because now he's ready to, well, he had been ready to come home. She wasn't ready for him to come home. And she agrees to allow him to come home now. But she wants to make sure that he knows they're having a conversation. Like, he's not going to come home and act like everything's all good now. Because that would be his go-to. And you can tell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when she came in, if you notice, he's on his phone, just kind of looking unbothered. And she tries to broach the conversation. And he's very closed off. I think you can tell he's, first of all, you know he's not comfortable with cameras, but I'm sure he's ashamed of himself. And it just looks ridiculous. And she's trying to tell him basically, look, there is no shame. You know, I love you as much as I can love you. I'm here. I'm with you as much as I can be with you. You know, she's trying to get him to, instead of her being humiliated by these things, she wants to get to a place where they have an understanding where they're open enough to be grown. If they want to have an understanding, you know, they can. Todd is not ready for that conversation, y'all.
No, I mean, again, I feel like, right? Like the conversation probably would have went much different off camera.
Yeah.
But like, she's filming a reality show. You know what she signed up for because this is your second season. Like, there shouldn't be any surprises at this point in time. And again, though, I understand what he's saying. Like, he doesn't want to have this convo on camera. He doesn't think that she should be going around talking to this group of untrustworthy, and they are, women that, you know, have tried to hurt her in the past, or some of them are still probably trying to hurt her, whatever, But again, it's his tone. It's the choice of words he uses. It drives me absolutely bonkers. The way it's so degrading. It's so dismissive. It's just like, ugh.
It is. And it's funny because no matter how eloquently Bronwyn tries to pose a question or a statement or how she tries to pull it back, she's just not getting anywhere with that. I mean, at all. So there really wasn't, I mean, he basically apologizes for what he did. And at this point, he's just like, you know, I'm happy. We've been together 11 years and, you know, he's really sorry for what he did. And he's happy with the relationship as it is. And I think Bronwyn once again reiterates like, okay, but the conversation was going to go this way. This is what I was trying to get. And I want you to understand, like, should we get to the point where we discuss that there's no shame in that? If it goes there, I'm good to go there. And he's just like, well, I understand, but whatever. So y'all, the last scene is at Mary's church. She's invited all the ladies except for Brittany. And Can you blame her? I mean, Brittany basically said she was the least Christ-like person she's ever met. And I mean, that's a tough pill to swallow from a pastor. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but yet Mary went to the Brittany, let's support Brittany like luncheon. So,
she did.
I mean,
She did. I don't know. But I thought it was cute. First person in line. Well, first off, we have Whitney and Heather driving over to the church. And Whitney, who is, I think, the only one out of the group so far that has been to Mary's church before. Or so she says. I think so.
We saw what? Her. We know Jen Shaw was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Meredith's been there, but I don't think anyone else has.
Okay. Well, she's letting Heather know that it's not like what church that she's used to, like very quiet and reverent. It is very more lively, which is a nice way to put it.
Sure is.
Yes. Yes, a whole different ball game from what they're used to. And so Heather's like, okay. And Heather seems excited. And I thought it was cool that the first person waiting in line dutifully was Bronwyn. And she's just kind of waiting, and then Angie comes up and she's like greeted by all the membership knows Angie K.
Everyone.
I mean, listen.
Everyone.
And Bronwyn's like, of course you know everybody. Of course. And she's like, bring it in. She's hugging everybody, you know. And then we have Whitney and Heather join them, and the ladies are wondering, God forbid, if Meredith and Lisa are coming. Well, we find, of course, they're coming right before, because, you know, people keep forgetting Meredith and Mary actually are friends. And like Meredith said, she's been a supporter of Mary's from day one. So, like, y'all can cut that out, right?
Right. But it's so true.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, in the seasons past, that was her go-to. But anyway, they're the last to come up. And basically, y'all, it was just, I watched Heather, you know, once the service started, and the first lady that greeted Angie, I think her name might have been Debbie. I don't remember, but she seemed like she was, she's like she was the worship leader. And so, you know, they're getting it going, the music, they do the shouting. I mean, I've been to Pentecostal churches, and yeah, so I'm very familiar with all of that. And you see Heather just kind of getting into a dance, and I'm like, okay, Heather. But you know what? I think they were all amazing sports. I thought that was really sweet and supportive. I thought it was a great moment.
100%. It was exactly what we always talk about, right? Like our favorite like moments. Like here is a cast once again, minus Brittany, but I mean at each other's throats in one episode, and now here they all are together supporting Mary. It's all about like love, light, happiness. Like I thought it was a great scene. I thought it was great. I loved how like when Mary started her like preaching and whatever, and you saw like right away Angie's in tears, Bronwyn's in tears, Lisa's in tears, Meredith's in tears. You know what I mean? It was so like nice to see. Yeah,
it was. I was in tears. I'm a big old softy dollar I get. But I just thought it was so sweet, you know, how they supported each other, and then how they kind of felt what Mary was feeling. Good moment. Yeah, I mean, y'all, that's pretty much how the episode ended. Mary kind of personally called out each woman with an encouraging word. You know, they all kind of hugged at the end. It was really sweet. You know, in the little bit of, she really, I don't consider that a sermon, but she did talk about her mother's passing and not being invited to the funeral, which was rough. So, and you know, I don't know, Joey, I'm still on the fence. Like, are you going to watch? I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to lie and say I'm not going to watch this.
Of course we're going to watch it. I already know what you're talking about. Of course we're going to watch it. And again, though, right? Like, this is like so sad because I feel like Mary is at like the height of her career, like right now. Like, again, like everyone talking about how she was like the star of BravoCon, whatever. And like, what a bad time to have a documentary looming that you're like running a cult. It's just like not the timing is really bad.
So bad. It's so bad. When I saw that, I thought, oh no. But I mean, let's be clear. I honestly believe that there are still family members, her mother's passed away. There are still family members that garner a lot of hate, and a lot of them participated in this documentary. So I hope, guys, we keep an open mind.
It's a really good point.
Yeah, because I saw some of the clips. I was like, oh, come on, guys. But I mean,
of course, though.
Of course. And it's openly debatable. So I don't know. You guys let us know. Are y'all gonna be watching? Anyone out there that went to BravoCon, slide in the comments and let us know about your experience. What are your thoughts on all of the arrests and breaking news in the Bravo universe? And what y'all think of Salt Lake City? What are you thinking of Potomac? Oh, Joey, I was going to ask you really quickly your thoughts on the first two parts of the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion. It is so sorry. It doesn't even.
I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping.
It's terrible.
Absolutely horrid.
It
is so boring. There's been no exciting moments.
Nope.
It's just like what a. Ugh.
It's just an extension of the season, and it really. I felt like it's not worthy of its own recap at all.
No, to be honest, I wouldn't even know what we were talking about. Like, I can't tell you like one exciting moment that happened. I can't see a single one. I think no one has done any like reflection. Everyone's still in their same spot they were in like the finale. I am curious about tonight when they all see the phone call with the guy, claiming that Tamra is this like leak and blah blah blah. But to be honest, like, and this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but Tamra's not even like my like least favorite on like the show. To be honest, I need Gretchen off my screen like yesterday.
Too. Me too.
Like your comeback was probably a bigger flop than even like Portia's, and you got to go.
I agree, 1000%. She needs to go immediately.
You know what? At least Tamra can own some. Like, yeah, I did this. Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm vindictive or whatever. Like. Gretchen, goodbye. Absolutely goodbye.
I couldn't say it better. Bye. I want her gone as well. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And do me a favor. Take Emily with you.
Please. Can she go already? I am ready. Literally. I hope this is her last season. I don't know, but Joey, God, she can go. She can go.
Oh, in other news, you know what? You're not going to believe what I watched and what I actually thought was amazing. I did watch Heather Gay's Surviving Mormonism.
Oh, okay.
Have you watched it?
I have that on my list.
Have you watched it?
I have not watched it. I watched some of the first one, but I fell asleep, and so I've got to rewatch.
Well, let me tell you, I caught up earlier this week. Wow.
Really?
Wow. It might be. I'm a huge documentary person anyway.
Me too,
I'll watch documentary about anything.
Me too.
It is one of the most disgusting, gut-wrenching. Like, there was a point where literally me and my boyfriend looked over each other and we're like, I don't know, do we keep going? Like, it is like really, really, really bad. And if she thought she was being sued by the Mormon church before,
wow. Now I gotta watch.
I actually have goosebumps talking
about it. Oh my
God. It is absolutely awful. Awful. But she is, again, I feel like when you take these people out of their toxic shows, like, she's so warm and so loving with these people that she's interviewing and talking to, and I'm like, where's this person on the show? I don't know.
Right. Trying to get her moment, but
yeah.
I mean, if that's that good, she might be up for a little Emmy. I mean, you never know.
I'm telling you, it is shocking.
Ooh, okay, all right, on the top of my list now. Okay, so I got more things to catch up on this weekend, which I intend to do. All right. Well, cool, guys. Yeah, slide in the comments. Let us know. Are you watching the documentary too? Let us know your thoughts. All right, Joey, any last words before we sign off tonight?
No, tonight we got the OC Part 3 reunion. Even though I think it's one of the worst reunions I've ever seen, I am excited to see everyone's reaction to the Tamra thing about her like leaking all the things. We have, come on, Gia, you gotta hold through. You're at the very end, guys. Special
I
forces.
know.
You gotta hold on.
I know.
But other than that, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be watching both. And you guys watch some Bravo tonight or some Special Forces, and join us next week when we will be back talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What else? All right, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.